like these are children here, but these are adults, and there's one over on the other side.
I didn't know this. I didn't see the one on the other side.
There's one over here. Right here, you can see it.
Oh yeah.
Indentation right here looks like an adult. These people have done a superb job keeping this up.
You sure have. Myers, right?
Myers. Billy Myers.
Bill Myers.
He said he wants to be buried out there in that oak tree.
Yeah, that's an old one too, isn't it?
It
It reminds me of the one of at our place that just fell.
there was a log cabin here before this house was here, and these people said they had seen it. And this W.J. Edwards, 1912. He said he had a heart attack right here in front of the in the cabin. He died in the cabin. He was a veteran, Civil War veteran. In Tempa was his daughter, and then we find out that there's another daughter, and that was Mary. She married Duran. He's supposed to be some kind of a traveling salesman or something. Anyhow, and Hugh Edwards, who is the brother of David. And there's a couple stones back in here too. Oh, I see. Hugh and Naomi stones, they were replaced by this big stone.
They must, yeah, they were replaced later, weren't they?
Yeah. So whoever put these stones up, they had to be since the 1920s. Then in the 20s, because Duran's was 1921.
Makes you wonder if it wasn't Tempa.
I wouldn't doubt it was. 1909. And he stayed here, and I think him and Tempa kind of lived together, the way it was told to me. And then when she died, she left it to him. And then somebody, I don't know how it was anymore. You read the deed, or the will today, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, I read the will, and it said that that Mary, and I'm not sure if it's Mary. I'd have to read it again. Whether it's
name, wasn't it?
wasn't it Polly or something like that?
Yeah, Polly.
Yeah. Now this,
Known as Mary,
yeah, this was this Mary, right? Wasn't it the one that married Dorian?
Yeah.
So she was an Edwards, and the daughter of Hugh.
Then there was another person that bought this land off of him and was scared to death because he wasn't going to live back here because of the cemetery.
The cemetery, yeah. No hearing that. That is a big old tree. Reminds me a lot of ours. You know.
It sure does. Looks a lot like it. You don't find many trees like that in Kentucky anymore.
No.
Guys like Tommy Edwards cut them up for fire. Can you try it and see how it looks?
Yeah, it's working pretty good. Now we're going south out of Greenville, down Weir Road, and yeah, I think we'll record good. What is the date today anyway? It's the 19th of March, 1988. We just left the Dandy Hotel, and it was a dandy.
That's the only one in Greenville.
That's the only one we had to choose from. So we thought we'd head south down into Todd County. We went to the courthouse. Arrived here yesterday morning. Went to the courthouse at Greenville for Muhlenberg County, and got a lot done. We traced David Edwards Jr.'s deed for his land down to Gideon and other various people until we came to the present owner, or partial owner. The land did split up, Whipple Dural, and who owns it, and we found on the deed that it set aside a half acre for a cemetery, which with 3 or more graves presently in it, and that was first written in around 1878 is when we found it was first put in the deed. We found that graveyard, or a graveyard, on Whipple and Whipple Dural's place, but we only have one marker in that graveyard, which is a John D. who died in the Civil War, who we do not know much of this time.
I think that he's David's grandson, but we're not sure of that. When you're doing this, you can't just guess. You got to make sure. There's a possibility that he could be one of Gideon's children, but the only thing we have is that he died at Russellville, and his father went to pick him up, and they nicknamed his father and went to pick up his personal belongings, and after his death, and that's all the information we have. We don't know who that was, but he's buried there, and we have a feeling that we know that there's other graves there by the indentations in the ground, but we don't know for sure who it would be, except for J.D. His grave is there because he has a marker that tells which unit he was in the Civil War.
Yeah, we're still on this road going south out of Greenville, and we're coming up into Weir, a little town between. Let's see, where do we go on this road? This takes us
right into Kirkmansville.
This takes us into Kirkmansville, which where Grandpa Edwards spent most of his time, or Cecil, and Herschel, I believe, was even born. No, he was born in Clifty. Well, anyway, David, he originally came from Virginia, or from North Carolina. This is Weir here, the town of Weir, and he settled in Logan County, and then later came and bought land in or around this town of Weir. We've figured it out. It was west of this little town. I guess you'd call it a town. But I guess it's a lot bigger than Clifty, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's about the same size. And there's the road right here to the right. David Edwards settled Wheatsville, according to land records and so forth, about 3 miles west of here. This here, this is the church here. Basically, most of the cemetery, newer. And we're on our way to.
We're still going south, and here we're entering into Todd County. From Muhlenberg County up toward Kirkmansville. We've traveled on this road, we can only guess, probably about 7 mile, Dad?
Yeah.
From Greenville down to Todd County, maybe 10 mile. And
pretty country right here.
it sure is. Beautiful day today. Compared to yesterday, it's a lot better today. We ran into some snow, and it was melting about as soon as it hit, but it was real messy yesterday. It was kind of a dreary day yesterday. Let's see here, as we drive down into Kirkmansville, the Edwards of our line first came and were mainly in Muhlenberg County, but David Edwards' son AJ, Andrew Jackson Edwards, married Irina from Todd County, Irina was from another line of Edwards. She herself was an Edwards, from the daughter of Howell Edwards, who was from right down in here in Todd County, Kirkmansville, Clifty area. And so this is where our Edwards of Todd County came, because AJ then moved down here into Todd County.
Pond River, right?
This is Pond River.
We're coming into Curtinsville right now. Curtinsville, at the turn of the century, had a bank, 3 churches, 3 doctors, and general store, had a pool hall, a beer joint, and countless other things. And looks like it burned out. It only has 1 church now, 1 general store. And this right here is where the Edwards is settled. There was a church over here to the right that's just been torn down and was donated by Aunt Sarah McGee, who was the daughter of Howell Edwards. Right here in the corner is where my grandfather lived.
Over here?
Yeah, right here in this house. And back here, straight on through is Allegheny and Elkton, and here's old Powell's General Store. It's right on the corner. It's vacant now. We're turning now toward going out to the Edwards farm. Right over here to the left is then Sarah McGee's house. See that old place there?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, and the church used to stand right there, and it was given. The church was donated, and the house was donated to the church for the parsonage back in 1929 when she died.
And now we're going down to the Howell Edwards Bridge.
Now this isn't the Howell.
Oh no, this isn't it. Here, I'm kind of confused.
It's on down here, but it's right at the Pond River.
This is that's just some creek there.
Yeah, that's it.
Things look a little different through a camera. I imagine Tommy and Grandpa and most of the boys probably went up this road many times.
Yeah, but Dad and I came out right here at this house and seen, when Dad was down here, seen Powell, the one that was married to Jeanette Chappell, I believe she is married to. I can't think of his first name. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. We're getting right up here close now to where the Edwards clan lived all over here. From all of Grandpa's brothers, Grandpa, and way back generations. W.H. Edwards lived up here. This road here that goes here now is probably the 3rd generation of roads here. And there's one that you'll see later on going down by the cemetery where it used to go down. And then there's one that goes over to the left of us here, a lot older than that. Dad pointed it out to me when we were down here the last time. He had carried mail here, and he remembered how the roads went. Now, right here we are. We're dropping down into the Howell River, or the Howell Edwards Bridge. The old road used to go over to the left where these homes are. And I remember hearing McCoy used to live over there. Now this is a schoolhouse here that Dad went to, and probably all
down just a little bit here.
Probably all the Edwardses went to. Came by here once with Arlett Francis, and he said he'd never knew Cora, but he said he came by on the other side, and he said Cora came out of the school, running out of the school, and tripped and fell, and he said she went head over heels, and he said I knew right then I was in love with that woman.
Hold up just for a second once.